Welcome back to Stoner Watch Clone Wars Debrief. Today we're going to be breaking down Episode 5, Gone with a Trace. Now we got a runtime of 25 minutes. This one's being directed by Kyle Dunlevy and Saul Ruiz with Dave Filoni as supervised director. Now this was created by George Lucas, of course, written by Charles Murray and Dave Filoni. Starring in this episode, we got Ashley Eckstein coming back to Ahsoka Tano, Tom Kane doing a demolition droid and the narrator, D. Bradley Baker as a driver and Lokann, Bobby Moynihan as Pintu Saul L and a young driver, Brigitte Callie as Trace Martez, and Elizabeth Rodriguez as Rafa Martez. Now the description reads, after leaving the Jedi Order, Ahsoka Tano finds herself in the underworld of Coruscant, where she meets an aspiring pilot, Trace Martez. Enlisted by Trace's sister Rafa to help build dangerous droids, Ahsoka opts to keep her Jedi past secret. Now right off the bat, I want to say I like this episode. Now it was a brand new story that we have not yet seen or heard, so it was pretty damn cool. Now this story picks up right shortly after Ahsoka leaves the Jedi Order after being falsely accused of a bombing in the Jedi Temple and then was expelled from the Jedi Order, only for Anakin Skywalker to go on a mission, and he tracks down Barra Sophie, who actually ends up admitting that she was the one who did everything, and then the Jedi try to accept Ahsoka back into the Order, and she's like, but you didn't believe me when I was telling you that I didn't do it, so no, I'm going to go. So the episode starts off with Ahsoka speeding down Coruscant on her speeder bike and what have you, and she's going to the underworld of Coruscant. Now, I thought this was kind of interesting that she went down to level 1313. Now, that's like a little bit of like a nod to the video game that we almost got a few years ago before Disney bought Lucasfilm. But anyway, she had engine troubles. Like her speeder bike was not the world's greatest thing to have, and she ends up having a lot of issues. And she crashes down on this platform where she runs into Trace Martez, who offers to help her, but it's going to cost her. But Ahsoka opts out of the help initially because she goes, I don't really have any way of money. This bike is pretty much all I have. But then Trace eventually does let her at least use a spot inside her garage to work on the bike. But then a gangster with a couple of his henchmen, Pintu Son L, shows up for Rafa, Trace's sister, who apparently owes him a lot of money, and he wants this money, so he's going to take it out on Trace. And then Ahsoka, being the Jedi that she is, does jump in and takes care of the situation. By doing this, Ahsoka earns Trace's trust and respect at least a little bit, and what have you, and they become like a little bit of like a friendship bond seems to appear to be taking place and what have you. And then we finally meet Rafa Martez, Trace's older sister. Now she seems like she's more like a scoundrel, more of a underworld like type person, willing to do pretty much anything just to make a credit, you know what I'm saying? So she ends up taking this job from this Twilight to repair these demolition droids and what have you. Well, apparently she doesn't really have the skill to do it, because then she automatically turns to Trace to do the work and what have you. So Ahsoka helps her. So as her and Ahsoka are actually fixing these droids, and they're fixing restraining bolts on them, Ahsoka realizes what they are, and she says these droids are dangerous. They are prone to go crazy. And like if it was on cue, one of them actually wakes up and starts going completely nuts, and it bursts out onto the streets of Coruscant, and it's running into people, causing all wreaks of havoc. And Ahsoka and Trace give chase to the droid, and they finally end up catching it. And towards the very end, and up until this point, Ahsoka has been reluctant to use the Force, but she had to use the Force at this point in order to save Trace's life. After that, we're back in the garage. Trace and Rafa and Ahsoka are discussing the droids, which now are fitted with restraining bolts, so we do not have a repeat of what we just had to go through. Now they're talking about what to do with it and stuff like that. The sisters go back and forth, and Rafa says, I will do the right thing. Ahsoka says, you should not do anything with those. Those droids are dangerous. You know this. And Rafa says that you are new here. In other words, be quiet. You really don't have any say. Now, Ahsoka could have really probably used the Force or something to really insert her will, but she chooses not to. Now, Rafa says she will do the right thing, and she will meet her later at the wharf. Now, we got at the wharf, and we've got Ahsoka and Trace sitting there eating a meal, and they're talking about things such as a relationship between her and her sister. Now, when Rafa finally does show up, Trace asks her whether she told the Twilight about the droids, and she said, I end up charging the Twilight twice the amount for the droids. So you sold them anyway, knowing that they were dangerous. But then Rafa says, I did what I needed to do. So here's some money to go buy some new tools. Okay. Now at this point, this is where Ahsoka decides that she needs just to finish her repairing her speeder bike and it's time for her to go. Now, I don't know if this is going to be the last time that we see the Martez sisters or not. Next week's episode is Deal or No Deal. And then the next 2 episodes of this story arc are not titled as of yet. And after that, we go into the Siege of Mandalore for 4 episodes. So, and those are not yet titled either. Now, there wasn't really much in the way of action in this episode, but this is just the start of this new story arc that we're doing right now with Ahsoka's walkabouts. We have to wait to see how that all plays out. So, I don't know. Did you see this episode? What did you think? Are you excited to see Ahsoka on screen again? Let me know in the comments down below. So, did you catch the 1313 reference? Let me know in the comments down below. I mean, the game looked pretty cool, so who knows what it actually would have been like. So, I don't know. It's just the way it is, right? So episode 6, Deal or No Deal, drops this Friday. I have to wait and see where they go with this story on this one. I can't wait to see where they do with this. So, I don't know. See you next week, people. Peace. Make sure you click on that subscribe button so you can be notified every time I drop another video. Hey, while you're at it, check out one of my other movie review videos or check out one of my drum cover videos. Give it a like, give it a share. Join in the discussion in the comments down below. Have a good day. Peace.